Hi everyone, my name is Zachary Westbrook. If you guys are new to the channel, I do music production. I'm a songwriter and music producer. I've been going through my album that I released last year and breaking down the songs and all the production behind everything. I have a documentary that's released on my YouTube channel. Link to that will be in the description so you can see the process of recording everything and writing everything. Right now we're on the third track of the album, which is titled Losing Touch. This is one of the first ever music videos that I made for a song. I made this song with a friend of mine. His name was KOA. Before we get into the breakdown of the music video, I want to ask, please go down and make sure you click that subscribe button. You should helps out the channel a lot. I'm trying to get an audience for my music to get out to people so you guys can enjoy it and have moments with it. But without further ado, we'll get into the production because this song is also a really big one. Got that stereo field, baby. Anyways, pretty much this whole song was at one time it was the largest track. I think it still might be almost 150 tracks, which is a lot. At least for like my production and some of my friends' production, this is a lot of tracks. Basically, what we'll do is we'll go in depth into each part, like what we've been doing. Let me start this song. All right. We'll start off with the synths because that's really what started the whole song. This is the first instrument that was really put into the song for Losing Touch. It's a synth that I kind of was just messing around with. It has a nice like little riser buildup. And that's pretty much just a standard like plugin with two different effects on it, those being vinyl and the King's microphone. Vinyl's a free plugin that you can get. It's really good. It makes like everything sound a lot more like vintage and on vinyl and everything. So we took that, we brought it an octave down, and then we turned that into a WAV file, which is this. And then I kind of got like a piano sound, and I just made it like really reverbed and really wet, and so that's this sound. Put these two together and you kind of pretty much got the synths already. And that just plays throughout the whole song. So besides this, which is just the melody, that's pretty much everything. Pretty cool. So that's pretty much all that the synths are doing. It's just kind of like the melody and then just standard chords glazed over everything. We have these lasers that are up here as well. I want to get these. So that's what you hear before like the drop for every like chorus and everything. So these melody synths are a little bit more sophisticated in themselves, like the timbre of everything. So this is like the first like I said that they're more sophisticated, but in reality, they're not sophisticated in themselves. But it's just the processing of the synths and the melody is more sophisticated than what was with the chord synths. This whole song is very like synthetic and very like 80s retro kind of style. So there's a lot of synths. Anyways, the last two songs I was talking about it. I don't know if I said it in the maybe music breakdown, but there's a line, there's a melody in almost every song. That was in the opener. It kind of ties them all together. It's right here in the pre-chorus again. So that melody would be this. That's it. That's the whole thing. Continuing on, we got some more delays. Okay, then these are some like little stereo things. I wanted to add some ear candy. Ear candy is basically small little things that you won't hear first time through listening, but more that you listen to it, you're like, oh, I never noticed that before. That's considered ear candy. It's like these parts. A lot of that is just like heavily processed. We have these guitars. One of them is an acoustic guitar that I recorded in a hotel, like in a hotel room when I was traveling. A lot of these just are random. Just gives it like a little bit more stereo delay. So when you're listening with everything, but that's almost everything. So that's pretty much everything besides these parts. So this is a polyrhythm. I was talking about polyrhythms briefly in the 8mm film music video, which if you guys haven't watched that, link in the description to that so you guys can watch that. And if you guys would like to, you can see more on polyrhythms. But basically, playing two separate time signatures so that they fall in line with each other. There's a similar part where it's polymeter, which is playing 2 different time signatures at the same tempo. And that's what this is. So if I put the metronome on and played this, so you can hear that it's going 1, 2, 3. It's doing a 3/4 polyrhythm against a 4/4 time signature. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then that last one we have extra note, that way it falls back in line with the 1. It's just like a little ear candy kind of thing again. Not super crazy or anything, but it just kind of gives a bit more character to the song. So.
Build up my stamina. See some dude across the floor as soon as I walk through the door.
But that's all the synths and all those the like melody parts of the song. Moving on to the percussion, this is one of the first things that we built besides the synth chords at the beginning. This was like really the first thing that we ever built together, KOA and I, as when we were working on this. So it looks like there's a lot going on, and there kind of is, but it's a lot of small things adding together to build a larger thing. So like such as these 2 add together to make the kick drum. And that's why they're very quiet in the mix, because they're supposed to be additive together instead of hearing them individually. Snare. Got a small hi-hat right here. Faster hi-hat. This is a timpani. Boom, boom, out in the stereo field, so that way you don't really notice it, but it just kind of adds some extra texture to the song. Offbeat snare. Extra snare. What is this? So now we're getting to the part where like you can't really hear whatever's added on. Extra snare. Hi-hat. Kick. Alternating snares. Delay snare. Very fast hi-hat. All of that add together creates this whole thing. And then very, very minutely this, which is a small like rhythm section of just bells and tambourines. Like so that's the entire instrumental of the song done. The only thing that really made the song stand out, and one of the main reasons why I really wanted to work with KOA, harmony. I had very little knowledge on how harmony worked, but I knew that KOA understood it almost flawlessly. Very thankful that he agreed to do it, because the song would not be what it is without him. So if we get into the vocals,
I saw him standing there.
And this is before I ever like really understood vocal processing. Everything here was just kind of messing around and having fun. These are the lead vocals.
I knew better than to think that you didn't care. Maybe some other life I'd be standing next to you.
So KOA, he has perfect pitch, and he has the ability to understand and recognize frequencies without a reference tone, which is an incredible skill and talent that he has. So with that, he can understand harmonic frequencies and harmonies way better than I can. He really like just kind of going full force for this song. I was really saying like, hey man, just honestly, like let's just write the lyrics to this, and then I'll let you just do whatever, go crazy, because I know like you have something cooking for this and it's gonna be incredible. And I was 100% correct. So we wrote out the whole verse, which you can actually see us reading through the first time on the documentary. So these are the vocals that I recorded for this section.
I might go for center stage, all my thoughts have rearranged, but you still tell me the same story that I've heard before. People stuck within the doors, calling out for you.
Yeah, so these are some additional vocals of mine that are processed the same way that we processed KOA's vocals. So you'll hear that we have my standard singing voice and then a falsetto voice.
I might go for center stage, all my thoughts have rearranged, but you still tell me the same story that I've heard before. People stuck within the door, calling out for your name. They try to tell me to.
And you can hear I cut it off so that way KOA could bring it back in.
They try to tell me too, he hasn't done as much as you. Still you wish you were cool.
So this whole thing that he recorded, you can see at the beginning of the documentary parts of us recording these.
I might go for center stage, all my thoughts have rearranged, but you still tell me the same story that I've heard before. People stuck within the door, calling out for your name. They try to tell me too, he hasn't done as much as you. Still you wish you were cool.
We'll go in depth into this. So each one I think has around 2 or 3 vocals.
I might go for center stage, all my thoughts
Add 2 more.
rearranged, but you still tell me the same story that I've
Next
heard
ones.
before. People stuck within the door, calling out for your name.
Next ones.
They try to tell me too, he hasn't done as much as you. Still you wish you were cool. I might go for center stage, all my thoughts have rearranged, but you still tell me the same story.
Add in the extra
that I've heard
vocals.
before. People stuck within the door, calling out for your name. They try to tell me too, he hasn't done as much as you. Still you wish you were cool.
And all of that just kind of like builds into this huge like chorus that just sounds so cool, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. On top of that, we have more vocals by KOA of him singing I Think I'm Losing Touch.
I think I'm losing touch.
Which just sounds insane. Also with that stereo delay, it adds a lot to the stereo field. And then we have these last couple parts.
I start losing control.
That's a slowdown effect that you can get with the vinyl plugin. These pyramids. So KOA and I are big fans of Jacob Collier, and he does this a lot in his songs where he just adds these little harmony pyramids, and they sound like this. So being able to achieve something like that in our own song was pretty cool. We have a nice little synth chord using KOA's vocals, which is just awesome. But those are all of KOA's vocals. Moving on to my vocals, it's pretty much just standard, just
I think I'm losing touch.
nothing too crazy, honestly.
I think I'm running out of
Just
time.
a lot
I
of
think
delay
too much.
and like
Let down your hair again.
stereo spread.
Haven't done as much as you, but you still wish you were cool. I think I'm losing touch.
I think I'm losing touch.
That's the whole song. So that's pretty much everything. I'm gonna pretty much just leave it there. So if you guys stay until the end, thank you guys so much for watching with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week we're gonna be doing I'm Counting on You to Take Control Over My Mind. Highly recommend seeing if any of them. That one. That song has probably the best production out of my whole album. I'm very thankful for you guys being here. Please subscribe to the channel down below. It helps the channel out a lot, and I would really appreciate it. Links to my album in the description. Links to the documentary in the description. My new song, I'll Go Slow With You, out now on all platforms under Zachary Westbrook. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Gotta have my Dr. Pepper, man.